Hey guys, it's Matt Haycox, and today I'm going to talk to you all about remote working. What is remote working, how to remote work, how to get the best out of your employees if you're an employer, if you're an employee, how to behave properly, how to talk to your boss about being a remote worker. I'm here in Ibiza. I'm here for 3 weeks over the summer. Any of you guys that know me and follow me know that I spend a lot of my year traveling. Not specifically for work purposes, but it very much suits my lifestyle. So I thought, what better place than here to record the video? In a survey recently, 75% of employees said that they would quit their job for another job that allowed them to work remotely. 65% of employees have been seen to be more productive when working from home or working remotely. 69% of remote workers report lower absenteeism, and in the US alone, 25% of the US population already work from home part-time. Now, what actually is remote working? It may sound an obvious question, but I think it's important to understand before we get too deep into the hows and the technology and the best practices, that remote working is a very wide-reaching term, and everybody is going to have their own definitions of that. It may be part-time, it may be full-time, it may be just simply that you like to work in a coffee shop, or you like to work at home 2 days a week and 3 days in the office, or maybe like myself, you like to travel around the world, engage with clients, customers, investors in different settings. Any of you guys who follow me for a long time know that I do a similar retreat to this in the ski mountains in February, March kind of time. I get complete flexibility in my job. I love it for my lifestyle. I get to spend all the time I want with my friends, with my family, and 100% I am more effective than I would be if I was in an office environment. But that's just me. We all have our own methods, we all have our own wants and desires, and it's really key before you decide how to remote work to decide why you want to do it and what is the best setup for you. And no two people are the same. There are no right answers, and only you know that answer, so don't let anybody else tell you how your setup should be. Let's talk about why you may want to work remotely. Now, whether that's you as an employee or whether you as an employer may want to allow your staff to work from home or to work remotely. Now, obviously, one of the main points about working remotely is the flexibility that it gives you. Now, there's no right answers here, and as you watch through this video, you'll probably notice there's no right answers to most of the points. It's very much about getting a framework that suits you and making sure you use the best tools for the job. But flexibility means different things to different people. Maybe you've got a girlfriend in another town, maybe you've got a boyfriend or a husband in another country, maybe you've got kids and you need to separate the workload with your partner. Maybe you yourself want to go through some form of extra education or higher education, and being able to work away from the office environment will allow you to do that. Now, better health and wellness is a very big one when it comes to working remotely and working from home. And in today's world of needing to understand and embrace a culture of mental health awareness, this is a very important one for both employees and employers to take account of. It's been proven time and time again that workers who work remotely are happier workers, they're more engaged workers, and they've got better morale. And what's very interesting is that in recent surveys, most employees have indicated a renewed passion for their job when being allowed to work from home or work remotely. Now, as an employer, there's many other benefits too to embracing the culture of remote working and allowing your staff to work from home or to work from other locations. A very obvious one is what cost savings are available to you as a business by not needing to have a office-based workforce working from large, expensive, many of the time city centre office premises. I can tell you this firsthand as someone who went into Corona with high numbers of staff and large office footprints coming out of the Corona situation with lesser numbers of staff, smaller office footprints, a much lower infrastructure cost, and continuing to allow our staff the flexibility to work from both home and from the office. Now, before we get into how to work remotely and how to get the best from working remotely as an employee or as an employer, how to get the best from your staff, I think it's important to understand about getting the right mindset. Now, there's some big misconceptions about remote working, and one of the obvious ones is that remote workers don't work. And I tell you, from both an employer employing remote workers, and as somebody myself who works remotely, that is absolute bullshit. Yes, there's always going to be people who take advantage of any situation, but these people are going to take advantage of it if they're in a working environment, if they're sat with other staff, if they're sat with a manager. You know what, maybe they wouldn't get away with it as much if they could at home, but these people are going to get found out whether they're in the office or at home. And you probably want to check out some of my other videos about recruitment and how to get the best from your staff in general, because if you have problems with disengaged staff, and if you've got problems with people taking advantage of their working environment, then that is a different issue to remote working in itself, and something that we can look at fixing in some of my other videos. So it's important to have the right mindset and understand that working remotely is okay. It doesn't make you lazy. It's not a reason to allow people to laugh at you or think that you're less effective or less of an employee or less of a business person. It's simply about having self-awareness, about understanding what you want and what you don't want, and setting your lifestyle up accordingly. If you like this video, make sure you like it, and please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty more content like this of how to get the best out of your business, how to get the best out of your life. I'll see you again soon.